Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's taken me a minute to come back on here because of the last post that I did. If you guys did not have a chance to watch that, I definitely would. I was very unhinged in that one, very upset, just disappointed in humanity. And yeah, that got to me. It really did. Usually I can stay pretty neutral in a lot of the things that are going on in society and in our world. But this one, nobody should have ever had to see that. And I didn't have a choice but to see what I saw. Like, I didn't look it up. It was literally the first thing on my fucking news feed because it was so into the algorithm. Like, they wanted everybody in the world to see it, so as to try and shut us all up so that we don't speak out against the bullshit of the world. And honestly, all they did was create a lot more Charlie Kirks. They have no clue that what they did was awaken a sleeping dragon. And some people will kind of fall off a little bit and, as you know, a little more gun shy and, excuse my wording on that, but it is what it is. Because they're afraid. People are afraid to speak up right now, and that was kind of the point. But I do want to say that whatever you think and whatever they're trying to tell you isn't the full story. It's look over here while they're doing shit over here. So just FYI, you're never going to get the full story because they're going to try and hide it. So you keep that in mind when you are trying to make a judgment on this situation. You really can't because you don't have the full story. And it's not what they're telling you it is. And that kid was not the shooter. Just FYI. So let's go ahead and get started with today's reading. We've got, communication is key. Uranus and Gemini, okay? We do have Gemini here. We have Uranus that went retrograde in Gemini. Gemini has to do with communications. It's ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of people running their fucking mouths that probably shouldn't have, and they're having to face the consequences of their actions. So you got to be really mindful about what you're posting on social media, because even if you try to delete it, somebody's already taken it, and it never gets deleted from the web. Ever. It's in the cloud. You can delete it right off your computer. You can delete whatever it was that you said, but you need to understand that there are consequences to whatever you put out there in the universe. Whatever you put out, words or spells. So plan on whatever it is that you're thinking about saying. You better realize that there can be consequences to your actions, and you better be willing to pay for them. Okay? So what else do we have for the collective? So be mindful what you're saying to others. Yeah, fiery climax approaches based off of people's communications right now. You got to be really, really mindful. We are also coming up on a new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, which is also ruled by Mercury. We have Mercury in Virgo, which is a natural home sign. You got to be so fucking precise. And like, for me, I am very, very intentional about the words that I use. As a Virgo, I am very intentional about the things that I say and what I post. I think about what I say before I say it. Okay? And right now, with having this fiery Mars-ruled moon here and this communication, people are fired up. People are pissed off. People are ready to take action. People are, shutting off friendships. People are getting fired because of things that they have said that they probably shouldn't have said. And they know they shouldn't have said it. And now everybody's trying to retract back and go, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry. Well, the damage is already done. So you got to be really, really mindful, because God is watching. Universe is watching. And not only, you think that people are only getting fired for what they said recently or what they did or how they reacted or responded. But actually, it's like the climax. That's what we're talking about here. The fiery climax approaches. It means that it's not just what you said recently or what people are saying recently. It's a buildup. It's a culmination of all the things that were said. All the things in these people's lives, not just the one thing that they danced around It's all the things that they've done up until this point. And I keep telling you guys, the karma bus is here. Saturn is now in Pisces. This is the house of self-undoing. Pisces is the house of self-undoing. You could have worked at a job and had your retirement, your pension, and you paid into all this shit. And then boom, you said that one thing or did that one thing, and now you lost it all. That's what Saturn in Pisces does. It undoes everything that you did until this point, positive or negative. It just is. What else do we have here? This is a big, big lesson. Yeah, it's funny. This card came up in the reverse. In the upright, it says confidence is your key to success. People are losing confidence right now. And then you're very close to achieving a goal. Yeah, some of you didn't make it to your goal. Some of you will not make it to retirement when it comes to your jobs, okay? Because of things that were said. So a lot of people, wow. Yeah, man. Unless your goal was to get fired, you got to be so fucking mindful right now. Like literally the full moon, lunar eclipse in Pisces that activated Saturn returning to the 29th degree of Pisces. Holy shit. Holy shit, you guys. You're seeing karma playing out right in front of you. And hopefully you're on the right side of it. I know I am. Fortunately, I am. You know, I don't say anything that I shouldn't be saying. I only tell the truth. But, you know, sometimes the truth means war, and people can get pissed at you for that. Because it shatters the illusion of what they wanted to believe. And not everybody is ready for that. Not everybody was sent here to wake up. Not everybody has the same confidence. And I think for a lot of you, your confidence is diminishing right now. But like I said, you know, some people are afraid to speak out. No, don't be afraid to speak out. In fact, make sure that your voice is what's being heard right now. What do we have for the collective? What else do we need to hear for the collective? Whoa, yeah, look at that. Fork in the road. Yep, and that's right underneath the communication is key. And the number 13, which is death and transformation. But depending on what you say is going to depend on the choice that you made. And maybe you didn't realize that that choice was going to get made for you. Why? Why did I say that? Why did I do that? So many people are saying that right now. Why? Why did I run my mouth when I shouldn't have? Well, there are, yes, we have freedom of speech, but you have to deal with the consequences of what it is that you're saying. And this goes in any situation. Yes, we all have freedom of speech, but you're not free from the consequences of your actions and from what you say. You got to be really fucking mindful, man. Like the universe really isn't fucking with us. Yeah, buy the book. Some of you guys are going to be so afraid you're just going to try and fall in line. You're going to fall in line. Because you're afraid. So you're going to try and, I don't want to, read outside the lines or color outside the lines or whatever the fuck you say in that. There's something here about a book. Some of you, it's time for you to write that book. Say what needs to be said. The right people are going to read it. For some of you, like Stephen King recently said some pretty awful shit that were all lies. It was all debunked. And he had a book coming out. Everybody fucking just cut him off and said, we're not selling your fucking book. We realize that we could have made money and we're going to be taking a huge hit, but we will not be associated with this kind of shit. And now Stephen King is shitting his pants because of his actions, because of what he said. Doesn't matter who you are not fucking immune. You could be the biggest celebrity in the fucking world. You are not immune to the consequences of the words that have come out of your mouth. Period. End of story. We all need to learn a lesson from this. What has happened to humanity is crazy. Even social media has desensitized humanity. We've all forgotten. You got a bunch of fucking keyboard warriors out there who just run off at the mouth at every chance they get. But again, it's everything that led up to this point that we are all reaping the karma or the rewards for. Karma can actually be good too. So now people are like, oh shit, which direction do I go? I don't know. And some of you guys are like, based off of conversations that you're now having with friends, Pisces also rules division. We're all divided. We're divided when it comes to these COVID vaccines. We're divided when it comes to our, or your guys' political beliefs. I don't have a political belief. I don't give a flying fuck on either side. I know that the universe puts people where they're supposed to be, whether we like it or not. It's a lesson that we're supposed to learn. You may not agree with things that people say, but that does not give you the right to hurt other people just because you don't agree. And some people are really like, they want them, they want us to follow by their rules, by their book. Well, I was born with my own set of rules and I live by them faithfully, and I don't fucking follow blindly with the crowd. They're fucking lost. And I think more and more of us are starting to wake up to that fact. We're starting to find the people, the soulmates that align with our beliefs, that align with who we really are. And maybe for some of you, that's not our family. Fortunately for me, this has caused no more division in my family than it already has caused. I'm already the black sheep of the family. There's not one of my fucking family members that talk to me, not my immediate family anyway. The only family I have is the ones I created myself, my own fucking tribe, my own fucking soulmates. Like, I handpicked each and every one of them. And if one of my friends, so-called friends, was glorifying what has happened recently, you're not my fucking friend. You're not the kind of company I want to keep. You're not going to be able to turn a blind eye to it anymore. And I think that that's one of the hardest things for humanity right now, is looking at people and actually seeing them for who they are and not for what we wanted them to be. And that's kind of the messages I've been leading you guys up to this point. Now it's like all hanging out for all eyes to see, and you can't ignore it anymore. It's a fucking crazy world that we live in. Now, does that mean that the world's going to hell in a handbasket? No, not necessarily. It looks like everything's going fucking crazy. But we are in between two really fucking potent eclipses. We got another one coming up on the 21st. And you guys need to remember that I said this. Pay attention to on or around the 24th, give or take a few days. It's going to get wild. If you think what just happened was fucking crazy, you ain't seen nothing yet, baby. That was just the kickoff. It's what's going on behind the scenes that you guys need to really pay attention to. So while they got everybody over here, like, focused on all this other shit, blaming each other, it had nothing to do with right versus left. It had nothing to do with Democrats and liberals and fucking Republicans. It had nothing to do with any of that. What's really going on is much bigger than you guys can even fathom. Think about that for a minute. History is repeating itself. It's fucking crazy right now. We are in crazy times, but this is also a time where even though people are like, what the fuck are we even here for? Like, what are we even doing this for? Well, this is a crazy time to be alive, I'll be honest with you. But it's because you have something important to do. Now, I'm not going to lie when I tell you that there is going to be more people who, unfortunately, might lose their lives coming up in the next week, for the next few months, actually. It doesn't end here. And I think that one of the lessons that we need to learn is how to be kinder to one another, how to learn forgiveness, how to be empathetic. You may not agree with other people, but celebrating another person's demise, wow, that's fucking insane. And any teacher that is glorifying this whole thing is also glorifying other school shooters. That might be hard for people to hear, but that is the fucking truth. And with all these doctors and nurses and EMTs that were also doing it, they took an oath to do no harm. And now we've already been leery of the medical industry. And then to see this makes it even scarier to want to go to the doctor, because you don't want them to know what you believe. You can't even tell a doctor, hey, I don't want that. I don't agree with that, without them trying to make you feel stupid or put you down or whatever. And now this on top of it, holy shit, more and more people aren't going to want to go to the doctor. Because what if you get a doctor or a nurse who knows about you or knows about your beliefs or overhears a conversation? They're not going to do anything to save you because they don't agree with you. They already hate you. That's the cold, hard facts. And people have literally just shown who they really, truly are. And you can't fucking ignore it. You can't. It's hard for me to come on here every day to try and tell you guys what's going on and try to keep your guys' vibrations high. And, it's hard. I mean, even after all this, I was totally shooken up. Not because I'm afraid of, fuck, I don't really care what anybody thinks about what I have to say. I really don't. I'm going to say it anyway because it's what I'm feeling called to say. And if you can't tell, I don't even think about my words before they come out. So it's not something that is like you can read out of a book. It's not textbook. It just comes from, where I'm downloading from and from the heart and from my soul. Agree with me or don't. I don't care either way. But does that mean that I deserve to die because you don't agree with me? We should be able to have a difference of opinions without being murdered for it. That's the truth. What a fucking crazy world. I just hope that those of you who, are sent here to speak out, are sent here to talk in, groups and communities and public speakers, I hope you guys don't lose your voice because of this. I hope you don't lose your confidence because of what has happened. In fact, I hope it's just the opposite and you stand up and you say what you feel. As long as what you're saying isn't hurting other people intentionally. Anyway, you guys, I love you all so very much, and I want to thank you for all of your support. I really do. It means the world to me. And for those of you who know that I get unhinged and still stand by me and support me, thank you. Thank you for listening to my shenanigans. Thank you for allowing my voice to be heard. I love you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading to see how all of this energy is going to affect you in your own personal life, because the universe shows us what's going on in the world, then it shows us what's happening in our community, and then it shows us what is going to happen in our own personal lives and how it's going to affect us. We have one more eclipse coming up. I do have another eclipse support group, the Mystic Circle Eclipse Support Group, coming up this coming Sunday, $55 drop-in, 9 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. If you guys are interested, email me at thefootstepstopeace@gmail.com. Otherwise, go over to my website, and I have a phone number there, and you guys can give me a call to get signed up. I hope I see you guys there, because this next eclipse is going to be a doozy. Not going to lie. So I go over each one of your guys' charts, and I explain to you guys how this is going to affect you, but I also explain to you guys how this is going to affect the world. So I hope I'll see you there. If you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this reading resonates with you guys. And I hope you guys are on the right side of karma. Otherwise, just stay neutral and try to stay detached. You can't ignore what's going on, but what you can do is be kind. I love you. Take care.